Are you familiar? It's like a white line. It's like a peace, symbol of peace here. So by adding that white line, which is a teaching of Buddhism, our cycle of the sufferings turns into peace. Yeah. What it means is, we living this daily life, human life, so we get to going through it, having actions, what I think, what I say, what we do, and then we receive also worries or difficulties, and then delusion as emotional. We have our emotions. So as long as we are living, we we have these delusions, actions, and then suffering. However, by receiving, encountering teachings of Buddhism while we are living this life, we can find peace and then comfort. That is the meaning of white line. We can see change or transformation in this our life of cycle of delusions, actions, and then suffering. But at the same time, transcending this cycle to deep peace. And this white line, now today we are learning as eightfold path. The eightfold path means the path of practices leading to enlightenment from the world of suffering. Eightfold path. They are right view, to keep free of prejudice and then superstition, and to see the true nature of life. Right thought, to turn away minds away from violence and then hatred. Right speech, to refrain from harmful talk and then to use our words wisely. Right action, to see that our deeds come from peace and then goodwill, to grow every day in the Buddha's teachings. Right livelihood, to try to earn our living in such a way that we avoid causing suffering. Right effort, to use our energy to promote the overcoming of ignorance and destructive desires. Right mindfulness, to cherish a good mind, for all that we think and do has its roots in the mind. Right meditation, to study the teachings of Buddha and then to practice them to the best of our abilities. So these are 8 practices through our what we think, what we do, what we say. If we can have those actions, then it guiding us to be freed from desire, attachment, and then can attain freedom and then enlightenment. Yeah, eightfold. This is called eightfold path. The path of practices leading to enlightenment from the world of suffering. So the eightfold path. So what the teaching as is, balance what you think, say and then do, freed from gas, but full of loving kindness. Yeah, not greed, anger, stupidity, or ignorance controls what we think, what do we say, what we do. But if we can cultivate our minds with loving kindness, then it begins to guide our life to more peaceful and happier life. So we learn there is a cycle and then circle of delusions, actions, and then sufferings that never ending. Then by following, practicing this eightfold path, what we begin to learn and then realize is true and then real. Instead of delusions or attachments, we begin to realize, to see things not in the way I want, or to recognize I do have eyes of greed, anger, and then stupidity, but now begins to see true and then real, guided by Buddhism. Then once we can see our life and then myself with eyes of true and then real, our actions also becomes right actions, right actions. instead of caused by our greed, anger, stupidity, or ignorance, our actions becomes right. And then because of this, our right actions, our sufferings turned into peace and then happiness. Now you can see a totally different circle you can see. True and then real. Therefore, right actions. Because of right actions having a peace and then happiness. Same cycle and then circle, but now totally different. Before, we'd have a delusions and then our actions caused by our attachment. Because of our actions are not always pure and then beautiful. We are receiving and then creating suffering, difficulties to myself, to others. And then therefore we have more emotions, greedy, anger, and then more difficulties. And then our actions not easy to control. But now by following eightfold path practices, we can see the change. And then this is one of the picture or symbol. We call it the wheel of Dharma. Right view, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right meditation. So it's like, the cart on a wheel. If we have those cart, wherever we go, the cart can spread these eightfold paths. Instead of the wheel of hatred or anger, yeah, if we can have this wheel of Dharma, loving kindness in our life, whenever we go, whoever we may see, meet, talk, if we can have this, the eightfold path in our life, we can spread the true loving kindness. And then Shakyamuni Buddha is the one perfectly, completely, compassionately, always can practice this eightfold path. Yeah. Again, for myself, I try to do in this way, but difficult to do. Yeah. But therefore, this becomes our practice in our general Buddhism. Try to cultivate the mind. Try to practice what you're hearing, what you're talking. And then so that we can have the circle and then cycle of true and then real, right actions, and then peace and then happiness. And then out of eightfold path, right view is the most important. Of course, each of them have connections, but everything supporting this right view. Right view means Buddha's wisdom, to see things truly as it is, beyond our eyes of selfishness, our self-centered eye. If we can truly see things and then people as it is, that is Buddha's wisdom, attainment of enlightenment. Therefore, this is our guidance. We get to take refuge in right view and the Buddha's wisdom.